everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. If you're clicking on my video for the first time, thank you. My name is Sammy. Today we're going to step away from the seasonal DIYs. I love them just as much as you do, but your girl needs a break. I just want to play around with some color and have fun with some thrift flips today. So I hope you will enjoy the video and let's get started. As I said in the intro, you guys, we are going to just have some fun with different paint colors. I'm going to use a little bit of transfers, a little bit of decoupage papers. But to start off, I actually thrifted this in my recent thrift haul, and I thought I was going to list it on the website, but I thought it was too perfect not to upcycle. So I'm going to take White Swan and I'm going to paint the middle of this frame. Then I'm going to take this industrial masterboard decoupage paper. Y'all, this is my new favorite. I don't know if it's the pops of green everywhere on it. There's also like a green butterfly, but like I'm obsessed with it. I am stocked on these, I think, and I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to press down around the box in the middle. This is going to let me know where to cut my decoupage paper so I don't waste it. Then I'm going to take my favorite decoupage medium, liquid patina. I'm going to spritz my decoupage paper, put a layer on my surface, and then whatever is left on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and push my paper down with that. I'm going to continue this process all the way up top. And you guys, thank you so much for being patient when I restock the decoupage paper. I only keep a limited amount on me because I don't have that much space in my house. So I appreciate y'all waiting. Then I take that liquid patina and do a final coat on top of it. I'm going to take my finger sander, go in downward motions, and get any of that excess decoupage paper off of my piece. Now we are going to get the fox and some butterflies. The fox is from, I think, Weeping Willow, the IOD transfers. And y'all, I am officially an IOD stockist. I was able to order some of the holiday items. All the transfers are sold out, and then I'm going to do a pre-sale on all the other items. That way I can kind of gauge what y'all are into when it comes to IOD. So stay tuned for that. Then I'm going to add these beautiful butterflies. This paper actually had a green butterfly on it, and it inspired me. So I got 2 of these from another transfer book and put those on. So again, you guys, as I was saying, I will be doing a pre-sale. Just give me a little time because there are a lot of images to upload from IOD, and I am just doing this personally because they have so many items that I want to try and gauge what you guys are more into, so I'm not overbuying and sitting on products. So stay tuned and I will announce that. Now I'm going to just take some liquid patina. Oh, and no, not yet. I'm going to take some liquid patina, just go around that frame to create a little shadow and a little pop there. I'm going to finish it off by clearing the transfer. We already cleared the decoupage paper with Big Top. And here is how this thrift flip turned out. It is so stinking cute, and it just shows how you can bring these different mediums together, the decoupage paper, the transfers, a thrift flip, and create a unique one-of-a-kind piece that fits your style and your home decor. And I think that frame only cost me like $2. Our next one is an easy peasy. If you guys ever find inexpensive planters, pick them up, because if the bottom ain't your style, we just paint it and we can put a transfer on. So this was a sky blue. I wasn't digging it, so I decided to do mint and chip. Mint chip. It's not mint and chip. Mint chip around the pot. I grabbed my POTS transfers, or sorry, what is it? Traditional POTS transfers. This comes with a sheet of black, white, and blue. These are perfect if you're starting out with transfers because there's so many in here. I decided I really liked the color combo of the navy blue with the mint chip paint. So I'm going to take the transfer I'm going to kind of eyeball it first. I want to make sure that it's straight. Your transfer sheets have a little tack to it, so it will stick. But when you're working with a curved surface, I like to just put a little bit of tape on one side. That way you don't risk it kind of popping off on you and not putting the transfer fully down. So I'm going to push down on that transfer as I lift up on my carrier sheet and just work my way around the bottom of that pot. After I'm done, I'm going to take that carrier sheet and burnish it. I'm just going to rub it on top of that transfer to make sure it's good and adhered to the surface. I'm going to clear this with Big Top, and then I wanted to just add a little bit more moss because it looked like some was missing. I got paint on some. Y'all know how to glue moss, so I'm not going to show you. And this was a very easy flip. I made it my style. The sky blue just wasn't working for me, and now I can resell it and make some money off of it because it just looks a little bit more upscale. And the details in all of these transfers are always amazing and blow me away, and I can't believe I found this topiary for $4. Okay, this is probably my favorite, you guys. So I got this toolbox at Lewisburg Market Street. It was $9. However, I love the color of it. Somebody totally spray painted it once upon a time. But it had these M's spray painted gold on them. And then on one side was this duct tape that I could not get off. So I'm going to take the bottom half of the toolbox and I'm going to paint it white. I'm not going to do the top. I'm not going to do the lock. Not going to do the bottom or inside. Just the bottom half. I'm going to do 2 coats of the white, and then I'm going to grab the butterfly masterboard decoupage paper. I'm going to figure out what piece of the board that I want. And then, as I usually do, I'm going to press down on the surface so that I can gauge where I need to cut. I like doing it this way because I am frugal, you guys, and I ain't wasting any of this paper. I want to keep as much of it as I can. So you can see I'm pushing with what little nails I have down around that lock because I want to cut that section out as well. Once I cut that out, we're going to lay it on top. Again, I'm taking my liquid patina. It's a crystal clear chandelier liquid patina. That's what it says on the website. And you can see there's a little piece of white showing on the left side of the lock, but we will fix that. I am going to spritz my entire page. I already did that with water. Then I take that liquid patina, put it on my surface, wipe the excess over the paper. You will never see me dip back in when I go over the paper. So you see that layer and then I push it down. And y'all, I swear to you, the water technique, spritzing your paper with water, has been a game changer. I do not get any wrinkles, any bubbles. And I've told you many times, I am not a master at decoupage paper, but I mean, the paper makes it just so easy for you. Now, that little spot, I just grab a little bit of scrap paper and then I'm going to put that liquid patina right there, and it looks like it was a part of the paper. Like you do not even notice at all. So I'll put another layer of that liquid patina over my paper, and then I'm going to move on to the side. Sorry, your close up. See, that's where the duct tape was. So for this one, I wrapped that decoupage paper just a little bit around my corner, the decoupage paper in the front. Then I wanted to make the butterfly look like it was wrapping around and that the page carried on. So I do the same thing. I spritzed my paper, liquid patina on the back and then the front, and it looks flawless, you guys. The connection of the butterfly, I just overlapped them a tiny bit. Then I'm just going to repeat the same process on the back, y'all. I'm going to cut my piece out. I'm going to lay it on the back of the toolbox, and then I'm going to spritz it with some water. And what's nice about these papers too is they have some give. So you could kind of like pull them when they're wet, and you can relift them if you need to. They are thin, but they're not thin like a napkin that's going to tear on you. So after spritzing it, again, I put that layer on the bottom, lay my paper back down, and then I'm going to smooth it out. I love doing my decoupage with these brushes. I get them at Walmart. All right, now I'm just going to take that finger sander, go in downward motions to get all of that excess paper off the bottom. And y'all, we are done. Oh my word. Is this not the most gorgeous thing? I told John, I said, I wish I could keep everything because y'all know I love books. I love the whole display. I love the color combo and how that teal wraps into the decoupage paper. I believe everything that I show you in today's video is going to be listed on my website. I say maybe because I really want to keep a lot of this stuff. I am a color girl, y'all, and I am not afraid to dabble in color, play around, mix things together. And this was one of those things that I didn't know if I was going to be able to do. And then when I pulled it off, I was like, yes, ma'am, you can do it too. All right, guys, I'm stepping back in. I hope you guys are enjoying these DIYs. I know fall and Christmas are what's hot right now, but I just needed to take a little break. I wanted to just get some of the random thrift stuff that's been around my craft room that I'm like, I'm going to do this to it. I'm going to do this to it. And like right now, I haven't even started my video yet. Like this has been sitting here for I don't know how long. This basket has, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to flip some easy projects for resale and have some fun while I'm doing it. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video. If you're interested in any of the paint products, go to unicorndustdesigns.com. I will be restocking hopefully by the end of this week. And all my decoupage papers are back in stock, y'all. So go check them out. And y'all know the drill. If you're digging me, if you're digging the DIYs, if you're digging the channel, then please like, comment, and subscribe. It's an absolutely free way that you can help my channel grow. With that said, guys, let's go ahead and finish up this video. Well, since I showed you the piece, we have to use it. So this had a weird, it was like styrofoam, you guys. So to be honest, I didn't want to unscrew the sawtooth hanger because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get them back in since it's styrofoam. You picking up what I'm putting down? So if you buy this, just know there's a little plastic piece on there. We are going to take Summer Crush. John picked it out. I told him to pick Kissing Booth or Summer Crush. And I wanted to play around with a color combo of paint and wax. So you'll see. So I'm taking Summer Crush, and I'm glad he picked this color because it ended up making this look like a terracotta block. And I was all about that life. So I'm using a chippy brush for this. I like to use cheap chippy brushes. They're in my Amazon store link down in the description box because I love that the bristles are wiry and they get into all of the nooks and crannies of something very detailed like this. So after I do the front, I did the back as well, and you can see how beautifully this dries down. It is so pretty. I was shocked how much I loved Summer Crush. Now I'm going to take Big Top. I cleared the back and I cleared the front. Now the reason I'm using Big Top versus DIY clear wax is because when I wipe back the wax I put on top, I do not want to run the chance of it wiping back the clear wax and my paint. I want to make sure that it is a hard sealer. So that's why I'm using the Big Top. And you guys, dun, 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 Shipwrecked. We are using Shipwrecked over Summer Crush. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed. I am going to stipple that into all the details. You guys, I wanted to try this with Kissing Booth, but he picked Summer Crush. So, and I'm glad he did because I don't know why I didn't think of this color combo before because it looks like rust and patina. So I stipple that all the way around. I'm trying not to get so much on like the little stone itself. Shadowing around it is completely fine. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to grab a microfiber cloth. This pulls back that wax a lot easier than a paper towel, and it doesn't get caught in the details. And look at that. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then I'm just going to take that microfiber cloth. I'm going to kind of like bundle it up, and I'm going to be able to buff away the shadow. You can totally leave the shadow. It doesn't look bad whatsoever. Actually, looking from this angle, I kind of like it now, but I didn't like it when I was doing it. So I just buffed that away. That big top is allowing me to wipe back all of that wax. If I had to use the DIY clear wax, I wouldn't have been able to wipe all of that back. There still would have been some kind of shadow there. So this is all sealed, you guys, and look at how gorga this rooster is. This is where it's fun to play around with colors and experiment. This was a $2.99 piece. I did not know if it was going to work out, but guess what? It does. And now I know that I could use it on future projects. So have fun with your paints, you guys, and live a little. This clock I thrifted on my last thrift haul, and it is stunning, and it's so heavy, and the face comes out so easy. So, I mean, you can't beat that. So I realized I have not dipped into Apothecary in forever. And y'all, this is the most popular color, at least on my website. So I wanted to dabble in it. I am going to do a messy coat. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Sammy, and I cannot stand brush strokes. So I always do one messy coat. Then I come back in for that second coat and I stipple my paint on. This is going to give it a nice smooth finish versus seeing the brush strokes, which are just not my jam. So after that completely dries, I am going to take my clear wax. If y'all have not tried clear wax, you are missing out. 1, it lasts forever. 2, it is buttery smooth. 3, it's easy to work with. 4, you need it in your life. Okay, so I'm going to clear the entire piece. I even painted the bottom as well. And then I am going to grab, you guys, can you guess? Gold wax. Now, you'd be so proud of me because usually I want to go ham with this gold wax, but I did not. I only did the details. So any of the details that were popping up is what I hit with the gold wax. I did not get like any of the trim, anything like that, which is usually what I would do. But this clock was so beautiful, I didn't think it needed all of it. So I just did a light application on the details here, popped the face back in, and here is how she turned out. I named her Veronica. She just seems fancy, and that name just fit. I don't know what it was, but this is Veronica, and she is absolutely lovely. She's classy. She's high end, okay? And just that subtle pop of the gold just made this clock for me. It is so beautiful. I hope you guys are getting inspired by this video. Now, frames, art. These are easy flips, easy resells. I'm sure tons of you have these old cherubs in your home, and they're coming back. Okay, everything comes back, y'all. So an easy way to update this, the matte in here was beautiful. It was clean. I am going to take Bohemian Blue, which is like this beautiful dark tealish, how do you describe it? I don't know. It's Bohemian Blue. And I'm going to do my messy coat as I usually do. And then I'm also going to come back in for a second coat and stipple that on. I don't need to put any painter's tape on here because I can easily scrape it off with a razor or use water since DIY paints are water soluble. So I'm going to dry that down. You could see how beautiful it dries down. I love this color for so many reasons. Now I do go in with that second coat and I just stipple it on. I'm going to take that razor blade and I'm going to scrape any of the paint that is on the glass away. And now I'm going to grab a baby wipe. We're going to wet distress on all of the details, which weren't that much. So it was nice and it was subtle and it brought that gold around the mat back out. So once I am done doing that, I am going to grab my clear wax. Now, when you're using DIY paints that are highly pigmented, like red, black, this one, for example, Bohemian Blue, The paint is going to transfer onto your wax brush, so keep that in mind because it's not going to be a brush you'll want to reuse. You're going to have to wash that out. So I am going to clear the entire frame, and that's it. It's a very easy flip, but it brings it back to 2023, okay? And the bohemian blue brought out the beautiful blue combo that was in the piece of art. The gold brought out the gold in the matte, and that bohemian blue against the white matte just totally pops. And I'm in love with this. I think it's so cute. Y'all, I hope you guys got inspired by this video. I know it wasn't seasonal, but I needed this. I needed this break and just to have fun and create without overthinking. I appreciate y'all. Now we're taking a craft break to play with our kitchen after nap time. Huh? Can you say hi? Yeah, that's a cert. Montgomery, can you say hi? Oh, you always your kisses. I hope you guys are into that. I feel like I'm like, I feel like I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, do people even listen to the intros? Ding, ding. Like, what is that movie? The Truman Show or something where, you know, it's like all narrated. Like, just imagine, like, every time you winked or something, there was like the person in the back. Okay. All right, you guys, bye.